Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go through my trading recap for the week of 1/4, the first trading week of 2021. I'm super excited to go through my trades with you guys. I took a total of 9 trades on the week. I traded every single day and I only took 9 total for the week. And out of those 9, 7 of them were with Tesla. I had a 100% win rate, which means all 9 of the trades were profitable. But since Tesla did have a lot of catalysts behind it with the Q4 delivery numbers, as well as multiple upgrades and downgrades, had a lot of momentum on the upside, I mostly traded Tesla for the week. It was really easy to gauge the price action, so really easy to trade. I'm also going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how you could trade Tesla, because I know a lot of new investors kind of get anxious and overwhelmed with Tesla. So I want to make sure that you guys understand it's not really a hard stock to trade. It's really easy once you're able to gauge its price action and really know when it has catalysts behind it that are pushing the stock on the upside or even on the downside. So I took all of these trades live with my Discord community, so I'm really excited to go in depth and break down exactly what I was thinking and what my trading plan was for all of these trades that I took. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. And yeah, don't forget to like and comment down below and turn on those post notifications so you guys never miss a video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, I just want to apologize for the fan ahead of time. If you guys hear the fan on my MacBook, my mic is not working on my new MacBook, so that is why you guys hear the fan in the background, so I apologize about that. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I'm going to go through my Tesla plays for the week of 1/4. It was the first trading week of 2021. So my first and only play on Monday, I entered Tesla at 9:35 and I added more to my position at 9:40 and then I exited it at 9:44. Overall percentage gain was about 30% and premium gain moved from $20.80 to $26.30. So let's go ahead and take a look at what was going on. So as we look at Tesla here, so this is the 1 minute time frame, this is the 5 minute time frame. So if I'm looking at Tesla here on this 1 minute time frame, I'm actually going to add until the first so we can see most of the day. So if we scroll over here, so if I'm watching Tesla for the day, I want to look at my pre-market highs and pre-market lows. Those are the time frames that I'm going to look to enter at, are levels that I'm going to look to enter at. All right guys, so when I look at Tesla in the morning, what I look for is I'm going to look for the pre-market highs and pre-market lows, and the pre-market high here is around this 730 level almost, and then the pre-market low here, it looks like it's around 718. I'm sorry, and the pre-market low looks like it's around this 704 level. Oops. I'm just gonna chart that at 704, and then another pre-market level at 718. So the first level that I'd watch on Tesla for the downside is 718 and then 730 for the upside. So let's go ahead and take a look at what was going on. So like I said, I entered Tesla at 9:35. So I'm going to open both the 5 minute and 1 minute chart. So the reason Tesla was on my watch list is because they released their end of year sales numbers and had a record of around 499,000 vehicles that they had sold. So Tesla was on my watch for the day due to that news. On top of that, I don't usually enter stocks within the first 10 minutes. However, since Tesla had a catalyst behind it, it did move pre-market. You can see it did it moved up pre-market. So I had a significant move after hours and in the pre-market. So Tesla was on my watch for the day and it could move very quickly, so I wanted to catch it as quick as possible. So as we can see here, like I said, I entered at 9:35. So I entered Tesla right here. So I didn't wait for a confirmation candle on Tesla. I entered right when I saw it start to break the pre-market high of 730, I would say. And as I'm going to actually change this so we can see it properly. Okay, so change that to 730. So I saw Tesla start to break the 730 level. Tape was moving really fast and I didn't really see many sellers on level 2. So I did know that 730 was a psychological level. It was a nice resistance level pre-market, and it was a previous resistance on and support on Tesla as well. What I should have waited was a confirmation, and even the 5 minute was showing really no signs of confirmation. You can see that's why you always wait for the 5 minute to close prior to. So I entered Tesla at 9:35. Now, as you guys can see, there was no confirmation candle. I just entered on the breakout candle. I am pretty comfortable with trading Tesla. However, this is not the safest play to take pullback, you always want to wait for the confirmation candle for it to hold above your level of resistance or below your level of support prior to entering the trade. So Tesla did pull back, but what my stop was the 723. This was also another resistance level pre-market and a previous level on Tesla as well. On top of that, Tesla was holding its 9-day EMA. Whenever I see a stock on an uptrend, starting an uptrend and holding its 9-day EMA on that uptrend could signify that it's going to continue. So as it started to pull back, it pulled back right to that 9-day EMA. So at this point, I'm not concerned. I'm actually looking to add more if it bounces off of this 9-day EMA. And what happens is Tesla pulls back. 5 minutes still looks okay. It's still holding here. I'm going to actually add, So 5 minute, you can see as well is still holding its VWAP, still holding its EMAs, and we can start to see that the VWAP and EMA are getting really close together. So what could signify is that it could potentially cross above the VWAP, which could signify that as the stock starts to bounce off of this 9-day EMA, what I'm looking for is to add more if it bounces off of the 9-day EMA. This is called averaging down. What this does is when a stock pulls back, or if you think that the stock is going to continue on an uptrend and it starts to pull back, what you can do is something called averaging down, which means you add more contracts at a cheaper price, which lowers your break-even point on the stock. So you can see here that Tesla did bounce off of the 9-day EMA, strong volume here on Tesla, strong bullish candle here. So I entered and I added 10 more contracts here at 940 on Tesla. And on top of that, if you look at the 940 5-minute candle, perfect bounce as well, strong bullish candle, strong volume on the 5-minute candle. I added 10 more contracts here. So as you can see, Tesla starts to move up. My next level on Tesla here was 740 and then 744. So those are my targets on Tesla. So my first target was 740. It did move past 740 here. 740 because it's a psychological level. So any whole numbers on Tesla are usually psych levels where you'll see some buying pressure or selling pressure as the stock approaches those levels. So Tesla did break above 740. That was my first target profit. So I ended up selling on the break of the 740 candle. So this was the 944 candle. I exited all of my trades. I exited all of my contracts at the 944 candle here on Tesla. This was about a 30% play on Tesla. So this is why sometimes with Tesla, if it does have a catalyst, it tends to move very quickly in the morning. So you want to be able to catch these plays as quickly as possible. Now, the better play to have taken is as the stock pushes up here, the first 5 minutes, let it go. Let it push. What happens is it's going to pull back here now, and what could have happened is it broke below the 9-day and continued on a downtrend. So thankfully for me, I did have my stop loss, but stock did pull back, held the 9-day EMA, had a good catalyst behind it. On the pullback, you can see that volume here dies. So this is why I wasn't too worried when I was holding Tesla, because as Tesla started to pull back here, volume started to dip. That is what I like to see. That is what you want to see on a pullback. When a stock is pulling back, volume should start to dip. As it bounces back up, you should see volume start to pull back up. That is how you know that it's a pullback and not a reversal. Tesla pulls back, volume drops, still looks strong, still looks bullish. I'm still holding it. Average down, added more contracts at the 940 candle. And what you could have done, a better entry here, is as the stock pulls back, bounces, you could have entered at the 940 candle, or if you want to play a breakout, you wait until the 941 candle. This would have been a beautiful scalp as well. If you can see here that your 940 candle is your breakout candle, your 941 candle is your confirmation candle for entry, perfect scalp until 944 or your next level of resistance on Tesla. On the 5-minute time frame, same thing. So you could have held until 945 as well if you want to wait until the 5-minute closes. All right, so the next day, guys, was 1-5. I took one trade with Tesla, so let's go ahead and go through that as well. What I did. So let's see. So I entered this trade at 10.18 and then I exited at 10.52. Premium went from $16.25 to $18.70. So let's go ahead and take a look at what was going on. All right, so this is 1.5 here. You can see I have my pre-market level and the previous level of support and resistance 730. I have another about pre-market level around 736. Even a pre-market around here at 738, it looks like. I would round this up to 738. So, and then on the downside, I have my levels set as well. So as we're looking at Tesla, like I said, I entered at 10.18. So I'm going to pay attention to your levels here. And I'm gonna open it on the 5-minute as well so we can see what was going on. So you can see that at first Tesla was a little bit choppy in the morning. You can see there's not a lot going on here but in the morning. So this is from about open at 10:30 to around 10:10. Same thing on the 1-minute time frame. You can see some choppiness here. Really nothing to trade right now on Tesla, just watching it. Again, I was watching it based off of its catalysts. On this day, Tesla had another catalyst. It had a price target actually decreased, and then also it had regulatory approval to begin sales in Israel. So another catalyst here on the day with Tesla. Now you can see in the beginning of the day, Tesla was pretty choppy. So what I'm looking for is for Tesla to break this level of consolidation. So on the upside, we want to see a break around 728. And on the downside, we want to see a break this level around 719. I would round it down to 719 just to be safe. 719. So what happens is Tesla breaks on the upside above the 728 level. So what we can see here is that Tesla breaks on the upside above the 728 level. Now, what you could have done is, as you can see, Tesla, what happens here is right here, you can see that the 9-day EMA and 21-day EMA cross. So as a 9-day, which is a lower day EMA, crosses above, it's a golden cross, which could signify the stock is going to start an uptrend here. Also, the VWAP crosses straight across, so both EMAs cross above the VWAP. The stock starts to trend above your VWAP, means it's an uptrend. If it trends below your VWAP, means it's a downtrend. So it signifies an uptrend here on Tesla. You can see huge cross with your EMAs and VWAP, and what happens is here Tesla pulls back to that EMA and VWAP level, perfect bounce. And what you could have done is you could have played the bounce here. So you want to see a candle fully above your 9-day EMA, so that would have been your 1014 candle, perfect scalp up. Now what happens is I missed this move on Tesla and I entered at 1018. So what happens is Tesla starts to pull back on this candle. On the 5-minute candle, this is your 1018 candle. So on the 5-minute, it still looks strong to me. It still looks like a bullish uptrend here on Tesla. I enter at 1018 for a day trade here on Tesla. I'm looking to hold Tesla here for a little bit longer because I know there's a little bit of choppiness going on, and there wasn't a full breakout of a significant level here. So I knew when I was entering at 1018, this wasn't a breakout play. This wasn't going to be a short scalp. I was going to hold Tesla for a little while just due to the fact that there wasn't a solid level of resistance break here on the upside with Tesla. But it did have a strong uptrend here, so I was comfortable with entering there, and I was comfortable with holding the trade. My stop loss is going to be my previous level of resistance, which is 730. So if Tesla breaks below 730, or sometimes even breaks below and holds an 21-day EMA, that also signifies that the stock could potentially start a downtrend. But what happens is I don't pay attention too much on it on the 5-minute. Now what I'm looking at, don't pay too much attention on it for the 1-minute, since I am holding Tesla for a little bit longer. I want to pay attention to it on the 5-minute. So if we look at the 5-minute over here, so I enter at this candle right here, the 1015 candle here on the 5-minute. You can see 1020 candle is still pretty bullish, still strong. What happens here is it starts to pull back around the 1025 candle. I'm not concerned because on that 1025 candle, volume does drop. So if we zoom in here, we can see at that 1025 candle, volume drops, which is good, which signifies that it's a pullback and not a reversal. And the stock is still holding its 9-day EMA, still holding its levels. Like I said, 730 is going to be my stop loss if it breaks below. As you can see on the 5-minute, still holding pretty strong. No reason for me to get out of Tesla here. Even on these 5-minute red candles here, volume is really low, so there's no reason for you to get out. And I'm still watching my stop loss level. So the 730 level is my stop loss level. So you shouldn't get shaken out here if you have a solid plan. Like I said, my plan for this was if it broke below 730, I would get out for a loss. It's still holding its EMAs. It still looks really strong on the upside. And I just want to show you guys this on the 15-minute as well, just so you can kind of see what it looks like on the 15-minute as well and why I was holding it. So you can see on the 15-minute, Tesla still looks very strong. 1015 candle pushes all the way to 736. The next candle that opens at 1030, you can see that it's opened fully above the 730 level. Strong candle here, volume is on it, there's volume behind the candle, so I don't really see a point on either the 5-minute or 15-minute time frames to let go of Tesla. This is a strong bullish trend here on Tesla, holding its EMAs. I held Tesla here until 10:52, so I exited at 10:52. Now that 10:52 candle is this candle here, the 5-minute candle. Now what I should have waited for is the 5-minute candle to actually close. However, I was comfortable with my profits. It did push until, and I will show you on the 1-minute as well here. So you can see I have my exits and entries on the 1-minute, so that's why I like to show you guys exactly where I exited. So I exited at 10:52. So this candle right here, what happens is you can see Tesla breaks my 736 level, touches around the 738 level. Both profit targets are hit, so I'm comfortable getting out at 10:52 on this red candle. See some resistance here around that 732 candle. Some sellers stepping in here. At this point, I'm comfortable getting out at 10:52. And you can see on this 5-minute time frame as well, 10:50 candle moving up to 10:52. What you could wait is for the 5 minutes. I was comfortable here exiting at 10:52. My profit targets were hit on Tesla. 10:50 candle as well looks like a strong bullish candle. Solid hold here on Tesla. So if you know that you're going to hold the stock for a little bit longer, you're going to day trade it, you always want to pay attention to your 5-minute, 15-minute time frames, your higher time frames. You don't want to watch it on the 1-minute time frame because you will get shaken out. And clearly you can see on the you can clearly see on this 15-minute candle, on the 5-minute candle as well, time frame as well. No real reason for you to get out of Tesla on that trade. All right, guys, so the next day we have is Wednesday 1/6, so January 6th, and I had one trade on Tesla here on this day too, and I entered at 10:49. I exited at 11:10. Premium went from $12.90 to $18.85. So huge premium move, very significant premium move here on Wednesday. And the reason I had Tesla on my watch list on Wednesday is because they had a price target increase by Morgan Stanley to 810 after they had released its Q4 delivery expectation numbers on Monday. So on Wednesday, they had gotten a price target increase and could potentially have a significant move to the upside. So what we can see here is we can see Tesla has a pre-market level at 764, 754, and then you can see here, so if I'm looking at Tesla here, 747 pre-market low, 764 pre-market high on Tesla. So those are the levels that I'm watching, and then obviously any previous levels that I may have had on Tesla. So those are the pre-market levels that I'm going to watch. Tesla breaks on the downside. 747 is going to be my breakout point on the downside, and 764 breakout point on the upside. Now I did enter Tesla a little bit early here, and I'm going to show you guys why. All right, so on Tesla, on this play, I actually got in for a bounce play. It wasn't a breakout play. So how I play bounce plays is I'll either play them at support or resistance levels. So it bounces off of your support level, you buy calls, bounces off of your resistance level on the downside, you buy puts. Now I also play EMA bounces, so if it bounces above the 9-day or 21-day EMA and it's holding and it's bouncing and I see strong volume behind the pullback, after the pullback, I get in on the bounce of the EMAs as well. So this was a bounce EMA play. It's a different strategy that I utilize. Happens here as I entered Tesla at 10:49 and I exited at 11:10 for a bounce play. So all right, so like I said, I entered Tesla at 10:49. You can see here, so I'm going to show you exactly what I was looking at, okay? So what happens right here is I see that the EMAs start to cross above your VWAP. So what that signifies, obviously, the stock could potentially start an uptrend. Stock is holding its VWAP right here, does break below its VWAP. So now what I'm looking for right here is for it to hold below the VWAP and potentially break the 754 level, but it doesn't. Starts to bounce back up above the VWAP here and bounce above your 9-day EMA and your 21-day EMA. EMA cross above the VWAP, signifying, like I said, an uptrend. So at this point, I'm watching Tesla to break 764 or a bounce play on Tesla. Now at 9:49, what you can see here, so it pulls back. So the stock bounces off of here, starting to start a strong uptrend. We can see that volume is very high. We see volume spike here. So now what I'm also looking for is, you can see that the stock pulls back. On this pullback, what I'm looking for is for volume to drop. If volume drops, now I'm looking for a bounce play off of the EMA. What happens here, you can see that volume drops as the stock is pulling back. Volume starts to dip. You can see here volume was high, starts to dip here. It does kind of spike right here, but it's still pretty low compared to the bullish side of it. Starts to pull back, and what happens is it's holding its 21-day EMA, which I like. I want to see that. I want to see Tesla hold its 21-day EMA so we can see if it's going to continue on the upside. And we can see on the 5-minute as well. This is your 5-minute candles here. On the pullback, you can see the 5-minute candle bounces perfectly above that 9-day EMA. You can see your EMA golden cross here, and it's holding high above this VWAP. So 5 minutes still looks healthy. Volume dips kind of on the 5-minute as well, dips on the 1 minute. So everything looks very healthy on the upside for me right now. So I entered at 10:49. Now, I entered 1 minute too early on this. I should have entered if I was watching it on the 5-minute, which I was. I should have waited for this 5-minute candle on the 5-minute 10:45 candle to close, which I didn't. I saw that there were strong sellers. I saw that there was strong buying pressure on level 2. That is why I entered at 10:49 and I didn't wait till my 10:50 candle, because look at this. This is a doji candle, which signifies that there's indecision between buyers and sellers. Whenever I see a doji on a pullback, it signifies to me that the trend that the stock is on is going to continue. Now what happens is this perfectly bounces off of the 9-day EMA. Next candle is your entry candle. The 10:50 candle opens above that 9-day EMA, holds nicely above the 9-day EMA. 10:50 candle would have been the optimal entry point for a bounce play. Like I said, I got in a minute too early. I entered at 9:49 here, and so I entered on this candle right here. No significant entry point here. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best entry here. So on the 5-minute, you see a lot of confirmation for a bounce play. Honestly, it pulls back, volume dips, bounces off of the 9-day, perfectly holds that 9-day on this 5-minute red candle here, the 10:45 candle. 10:50 candle opens above your 9-day EMA, strong bullish indication, and it starts to push up. On the 5-minute, this is a perfect play here. Now, like I said, my entry point was not the best here. I entered on the 1-minute time frame. If I was watching it on the 1-minute time frame, my better entry point should have been around 10:51. But like I said, the 5-minute would have been a better point of entry here on this play. You can see that the 5-minute here held. If I really was paying attention, like I said, I would have probably entered at 10:50. Everyone makes mistakes, small mistakes here and there. As long as you're able to have a plan behind it and you know exactly when you're going to get out if the stock doesn't move in your favor. So my target on this, obviously my first target was 764, bounced off of that. My next target is my psychological level, since I am holding it a little bit longer. That's 770 level, and then 772. Where my targets on Tesla, you can see perfectly hit close to that 770 level, 769. I was comfortable with the profit that I had made here. Like I said, it was a huge premium return, about a $5 premium return on here. This was a huge premium return, about a $6 premium return here on this trade. Beautiful play on the 5-minute time frame. 1-minute time frame, like I said, there's a little bit of choppiness here going on, but you can see here, even if you're watching on 1 minute, which I don't recommend if you're not scalping. If you're solely scalping, definitely watch it on the 1 minute and 5-minute. But if you're not scalping, you're holding a little bit longer, these little candles here that pull back are gonna shake you out. I know, because I've gotten shaken out before, and what happens is the stock continues on an uptrend. So this was on the 7th on Tesla. Tesla had another upgrade by Royal Bank of Canada, so it had another price target increase on it. So it was watching Tesla, had another significant catalyst behind it, so I was watching Tesla in the morning. Now, if we're looking at the pre-market levels, if I look at Tesla pre-market, so what I'm looking for is, you can see your pre-market high 781, your pre-market low is around 764, and even a little pre-market level here, 773.45. So lots of pre-market lows. So I always pay attention to the pre-market high and low if I want to trade the stock right at open or a few minutes before open. A few minutes after open. So we can see here what happens is, obviously Tesla has a significant uptrend here. Now what we see happen is, right at the open, Tesla starts to break this 781 pre-market level. So my first level of resistance is the 781 level. I'm looking for Tesla to break that level for an entry for calls. Now, as you're watching Tesla here, you can see it starts to pull up, kind of a little consolidation here right before it starts to bounce off of the 9-day EMA. What we see here, if you look very closely, you can see a cross of the 9-day EMA above your VWAP. And then later you can see the VWAP cross below the 21-day, which also signifies that the stock is going to continue an uptrend, which it does. It holds that VWAP for the rest of the day, which you guys really want to pay attention. The VWAP is a great indicator for intraday plays, for scalps, and even for day trades, because it's a really nice level of support and resistance that you can watch the stock on. So now what I'm watching, my first entry on Tesla is going to be a break of the 781 level, and you can see at that 936 level, Tesla breaks 781. My next target is 785 and then 792 on Tesla. Actually, 790 would be a target as well because it's psychological level, and then obviously your 793, which is my next level of resistance on Tesla. All right, so on Tesla here, as it starts to break the 781 level, my next level is 785, 790, 792. So these are all significant levels here on Tesla, all kind of psychological levels here. So Tesla starts to break the 781 level. I enter at 936. My first target is obviously 785, then 790. So what we can see happen here, Tesla breaks. I'm going to watch it on the 5-minute as well and look at this 5-minute perfect break as well. 935, which is your 936 candle here. Holding, breaks above 785, strong volume behind it. In the morning, there's going to be a lot of volume, so you really want to, if you're going to trade within those first 10 to 15 minutes, you really want to make sure that they're quick trades and you do have a catalyst behind the stock that you're trading. All right, guys, so I entered this trade at 936. I entered this trade at 936. I exited at 945. So I exited right here. I exited at this 5-minute candle as well here. So I wanted to see the 5-minute candle, 940 candle close before I exited. So I really wanted to see it fully close and see where the next 5-minute opened. If the next 5-minute opened above 792, I would have still probably held Tesla, but it didn't. Wasn't able to hold above the 792 level. Even on the 1-minute time frame, really wasn't able to hold above the 792 level. I entered at 936, exited at 945 with a premium went from $11.75 to $19.45. So what happens here is why you want to watch it on the 5-minute is what happens is these 1-minute candles, these candles here are going to shake you out. So instead of taking full advantage of the full play, you're going to only take half or a quarter of the play. So this is why you want to, like I said, again, watch your multi-time frame analysis, because on the 5-minute, there's really no reason for you to get out. Look at this strong bullish candle on the 935 and 940 candles. So on the 8th, Tesla had another catalyst behind it. So Elon had become the world's richest man, which is the catalyst behind it. Multiple upgrades throughout the week, price target increases. Had a upgrade on Friday by Evercore. So have Tesla on watch on Friday as well. All right, so on this play with Tesla, it was a little bit of a riskier play here on Tesla. However, I played the bounce and cross of the EMAs. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So as we can see here, so the reason why I was, like I said, again, comfortable with trading Tesla this way is because there was a lot of catalyst behind it. So what we see here is as Tesla starts to come down in the morning, it holds the pre-market low here. It's not able to break below the pre-market low. It's holding that pre-market low at 841. Good signifier that Tesla could potentially start an uptrend. It was able to hold the pre-market low. What you can watch, obviously, is the break of the pre-market high. Now, what I'm watching here is I see that the EMAs and the VWAP start to get extremely tight. What I want to see is I want to bounce play off of the EMAs. I wasn't able to catch the bounce off 841. So what happens here, you can see the VWAP starts to cross below your EMAs. EMAs start to cross above, signifying an uptrend on the stock. I enter Tesla at 957, bounces off of your VWAP and 21-day EMA, volume spikes on it, held the pre-market level. So I'm comfortable with getting in Tesla at this 957 candle. Now I'm going to watch it on the 5-minute and 1-minute time frame. Now I did enter on the 1-minute, so I do want to pay attention first on the 1-minute before the next 5-minute candle opens. It's holding the 9-day EMA here on both of these, pulls back slightly, but I'm not concerned. Like I said, Tesla is on an uptrend. It's holding. And I see lots of volume on the pushes up, and I see volume dip on the pullback, which is a good signifier that the stock is going to have a healthy uptrend. It's not just going to be parabolic. So what happens here, obviously you can see Tesla does move, but what happens is I'm going to show you. So we can see Tesla moves here on the 5-minute, next 5-minute opens very strong. So we strong bullish momentum here on Tesla, huge volume on the 5-minute, huge bullish candle, bounces off of the 9-day and 21-day EMA. So what happens is I hold this trade for about 30 minutes. I hold until 10:21, and on Tesla, every kind of significant level is your psychological level. So obviously my 857, I wanted to break and hold the pre-market high, and it does. Holds a 9-day EMA. As long as it's holding that 9-day EMA on the 1 minute, you're good. On your 5 minute, take a look at what I was doing. So we can see that the stock had a slight pullback. Volume does dip. Slight pullback here in consolidation. Volume does dip here, so no really reason for me to get out. Still holding its EMA on the 1 minute here. And now on this 5 minute, you can see that it continues on up. On the 1 minute, you can see that it continues on up. I exited at 10:21 here on this trade. I exited on this red candle here on the 1 minute time frame. Like I said, it had price targets of around $2, every single price target up on Tesla, and then any psychological levels. So 860, 865, these were all targets on Tesla. So the reason why I got out of this trade at 10:21 is, one, this was a 0 DTE trade. So I traded the same week expiration on a Friday. Plus I had about 100% return on this trade here on Tesla. So I was comfortable. When you're trading 0 DTE, you don't want to day trade for too long, because every time that the stock pulls back, unless you're averaging down every time the stock pulls back, that pullback is going to hurt your premium. So because of theta, same day decay, same day expiration, theta is going to kill your premium. IV is going to be a little bit higher on that Friday 0 DTE, so you really want to be careful holding day trades. So if you want to day trade a stock on Friday, you need to buy the next week expiration. Because this was the same week expiration, I was comfortable kind of letting it go at 10:21. I had about 100% return, so this was basically based off of my profit. I did see more upside to Tesla. However, I didn't want to hold it through the next pullback. Like I said, you can see that on the next pullback, what happens is stock pulls all the way back, retests that 857 level, pre-market high level. If I would have held through this, I would have lost a good percentage, if not all of my profit, because of theta decay on 0 DTE. So was comfortable getting out the 10:21 candle here, hit all my profit targets. It was around 875, which was my main profit target on Tesla. I got out around 874. It looks like it hit close, so I was comfortable with the profit that I made here. Premium went from $9.85 to $28.15 on this Tesla play here. Alright, so that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions regarding anything I went through, go ahead and comment down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!